Hello, happy Wednesday. Thanks for tuning in. I am getting ready to cook up some dinner, and it's been a busy week. If you didn't see my post earlier, I have moved into a new office space. And so for those of you who don't know what I do, I'm a registered dietitian and I meet with people one-on-one. And I do accept insurance, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and United Healthcare. So if you live in the Peoria area and you want to meet with a dietitian, call me or send me a message and I will do an eligibility check to see if your insurance covers sessions with me, because 9 times out of 10, Blue Cross Blue Shield will cover it. Anyway, so I have a new office space to do those kinds of things. And so I've been painting and cleaning and doing lots of stuff this week, which means I didn't really have time, or I guess prioritize my time, to come up with what I was going to make here tonight. So, and this happens, right? This is life. Yay, Diane, you made it here on time. Welcome. Thanks for being here. I'm just going through my crazy busy week and celebrating that I got a new office space here in Peoria so I can meet with clients one-on-one. But that I have also not prioritized my time very well to think of what I'm going to make for dinner. So tonight is going to be sort of a free-for-all, and I'm just kind of wing it and create something here. I did stop by Sous Chef on the way home. If you don't know Sous Chef, they are a local grocery store here in Peoria, Illinois, and they try to source most of their ingredients, or many of their ingredients, as local as possible. So a lot of the produce that I have tonight is local. And so I picked up this beautiful head of lettuce. Look at this, it's beautiful. This came from Downriver Farms, which, by the way, I did get to tour their farm yesterday. And I've got some pictures that I'm going to be sharing with you guys. So you'll want to check those out because everything they grow looks amazingly beautiful. They've got a huge variety of things there. You can buy their produce at the farmer's market. You can also buy it at Sous Chef, which is where I got my things. Hey, Janet, good to see you. Thanks for joining. I'm just going through this local produce that I picked up today. We got these little baby beets, which I'm thinking I'm going to roast these up with goat cheese. I already started my oven at 400 degrees, so we're going to quarter these guys and chop those up. Some asparagus. Asparagus is in season right now, not for too much longer though, but this is a local grown asparagus. I believe it came from Hart's Produce. I'm not quite sure, but I love homegrown asparagus, or not homegrown, well, homegrown asparagus is delicious too, but I didn't grow it. Locally grown asparagus, it has so much more flavor. If you've never had local asparagus before, try and scope it out at your farmer's market. It has so much more flavor than the stuff that you buy at the grocery store. And then lastly, chives, which I didn't know they flower. Did you guys know they flower on top? Did you know that? Look at how beautiful these flowers are. Oh my goodness. And they're edible. You can eat them. We are going to eat them. Should I eat one right now? Maybe I'll just try one right now. Ooh. It tastes like an onion. Oh my gosh, they're delicious. Oh yeah, these are gonna go great. Diane is saying, please tell us about Sous Chef store. So Sous Chef is on Adams Street, downtown here in Peoria, and it's a small grocery store where that, like I said earlier, I don't know if you were tuned on earlier, I'm not sure. But they try to source most of their ingredients locally. So all of their produce is local. It comes from a variety of farms in the central Illinois area. So Hart's Produce is one of them, Downriver Farms, Spence Farms. Those are the main three, I think, that they purchase from. And Katie or Patrick or Sarah, if any of you are watching, please correct me if I'm wrong. What else? They also have local meat, dairy, and eggs. So there's butchers around here and farms in the central Illinois area that raise those animals. And so they've got local meat, dairy, and also, the dairy would be yogurt, butter, cheese, all good things. What else do they have? They also have pre-made meals, which is perfect for grab and go. If, for example, you're like me and you don't know what you're having for dinner tonight and you want it a little bit easier, you can pick up something that they've pre-made. So what they have right now are pizzas, make your own pizzas. So they have pre-made pizza dough, and then in a container there is some tomato sauce and cheese, and then some veggies that you can throw on that pizza as well. And they switch up what they put in the case for grab-and-go meals on a daily basis. There's usually always hummus with vegetables and I think some crackers. They always have that nice, healthy snack for on the go, which is great. But yeah, pop on over to Sous Chef. And every Sunday they do like a quiche and coffee kind of thing. So Sunday is a great day to go and just kind of check it out, get a piece of quiche, get some coffee, talk to your friends, meet some new people, and see what Sous Chef has to offer. So I feel like I work for Sous Chef right now. I don't work for them, but I really love what they're doing. And the people who own it are just wonderful, good, solid people. So stop by and tell Katie that Ashley sent you if you visit for your first time. Okay, so what I'm thinking tonight is that we're gonna do a big hearty salad with all of this wonderful produce. So the first thing that I need to get started are the beets. Let's get these beets going. I can't wait to use those chives. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, the greens were already taken off. So I'm just gonna slice these guys off, and you can actually leave the tails on if you want. Sometimes they burn though, because they get so thin at the bottom. So that's why I'm cutting them off. Do y'all like beets? Who likes beets? I love beets. I love them so many different ways. I love them shaved in a salad, roasted. We're gonna put some goat cheese. Oh yeah, beets and goat cheese. Classic pairing, right? Diane, you're welcome. I know, Fresh Market. I remember when it was here, and then when we came back, when we moved back to Peoria, it was gone. It's so upsetting. I loved what they had going on too. What I really love about stores like that too is the bulk section. It's just nice to be able to buy like nuts and seeds and just other things in bulk. It's a little more affordable, especially the nuts. I mean, nuts are so expensive. These beets are beautiful. Just a couple more here. Yay! Nate! Hey, Nate! Wait a minute. Who? Nate who? Just kidding. I know who you are. And you love pickled beets. Pickled beets are my favorite way to enjoy beets. And I always say, if you're not sure if you like beets or you're a little hesitant, or you're not quite, if you're on the fence of whether you like them or not, I always say start pickled. Because pickled anything has just got a little bit more flavor, and it tends to tune out some of that earthiness from the beets, which I think kind of turns a lot of people off. I'm glad you found that funny. Okay, so I'm just going to quarter these guys. And of course, the smaller we cut them, the quicker they'll cook. They're already pretty small, so I think we'll be okay. So the protein that I was thinking about putting on this salad, and for those of you who have just tuned in, we're gonna roast these beets and we're gonna serve them over salad with goat cheese. I'm also gonna cook up some of this local asparagus that I've got and put that on the salad. So it's gonna be sort of like a roasted vegetable salad. And I was thinking about doing white beans, cannellini beans, to throw on top as well, just to add a little bit more oomph to it, give it a little more staying power so I'm not hungry like an hour later because all I had was vegetables, because that happens. So do you think that beans would be good, or should we go for the egg? What do we think? Beans, or maybe like an over easy egg, or we've got egg salad too. That might be good. I don't know. So for those of you who have just tuned in, I've had a crazy busy week and I did not think about what I was going to cook tonight. So I just ran to Sous Chef, grabbed what looked good, and now here I am trying to piece together dinner. It all happened. It all happens. It happens to all of us, right? Yes. Hi, Lindsay. Good to see you. How was your trip? Lindsay was just in Arizona for a dietitian conference that I was not able to make. I've been to Tempe, Arizona before, but I have not been to Scottsdale, which is where she was and where the conference was. It looked like you had a lot of fun. Major FOMO is what I was dealing with. Okay, let's take this. We'll take this over the stove. So I've got these beets on a sheet pan here. And what I'm going to do is toss them with some olive oil and a little salt and pepper. Any other spices you think I should put on these? You know what I think I'm going to do? I might do a little bit of cinnamon. What do we think about that? I don't know. I think it would be good. Oh, because I kind of wanted to throw apples into the salad too. I think cinnamon would be good. I'm doing it. Doing it. Oh, you know what? I don't have cinnamon, but I do have this pie spice, which has cinnamon. Oh, vanilla sugar. I don't think I want vanilla sugar in this. I don't know. It might not be that bad. Whatever. Let's just try it. It's got cinnamon and allspice, clove, ginger, all that good stuff. I think it'll pair well with the sweet apple. You just don't know how things are going to turn out unless you try. And that is my approach to cooking. It's just experiment. Okay, I'm going to spread these out. Try and leave some space in between each of them. It'll help them cook a little bit faster. Get some airflow in between each piece here. And again, whoa, the oven is at 400 degrees. Give my hands a quick rinse here. We've got Kiki laying right here. This is crazy. Wait, what's crazy? The pie spice? Hey, Erin, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Oh, you were missing me the whole time. I tried not to watch too many of your Instagram stories because I was like, it's just going to make me sad and it's going to make me want to be there. So I'm just not even going to look. Just swipe through. Yeah, I know, Diane. I put an egg on everything, do something different, which is why I chose the beans, because I looked in the fridge today before the show and I was like, I always do eggs. People are probably like, you girl, you eat a lot of eggs. You should check your cholesterol. My cholesterol is normal, healthy. It is. All right, so we have beans then, cannellini beans. We also have leftover ribs from Memorial Day, but I don't really think I want to put that on this salad. I don't know, it just seems a little messy, I don't really want to get into that. Lindsay, but I put on a brave face because I know you would have wanted me to seize the conference, so to speak. Yes, you were correct. Yes, the cinnamon. Okay, I was right. We'll see. Crazy. It's getting crazy in here. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to get a bowl out, and what we're going to do is just get our salad greens in here. And if you just tuned in, we've got these beautiful lettuces. I mean, look at this. It's so beautiful. Almost too beautiful to eat. Almost. And this has already been, well, it doesn't look like it's been pre-washed, but it's not that dirty. Well, I guess I'll just give it a little rinse here. Give it a little rinse. And again, this is a local lettuce, and I had some earlier this week, and it is delicious. The leaves are very tender, but the lettuce itself is, honestly, it is so flavorful. It tastes, it doesn't taste anything like supermarket lettuce. It just has a lot more flavor. So we're gonna go ahead and get this in the bowl here. Erin, hopefully we will be up there to visit you guys soon. Yay! Hope's got messages, you guys. I think one of them are coming up, I think, next weekend. Are you coming maybe with them? I can't remember. I don't know. I cannot remember. You can come anytime, Erin. You don't have to wait for them. You live so close to us. You should come do a show with me. It'll be fun. All right, we've got this, and then I have some leftover lettuces from Downriver Farm again, just a little extra I'm gonna throw in here just to bulk it up. And We do have some more greens here, just like some basic spring mix that we've had in the fridge. So I'm gonna just throw some of that in too, just to get it, bulk it up a little bit more. All right, so this looks good. So we've got some nice base of greens here, mostly local. And, oh, I forgot a beet. I left a beet out. Oh well, that's okay. Diane, lettuce looks like a bridal bouquet. I know, doesn't it? I should have done that. I should have had my wedding all food themed. Would have been very fitting. Okay, so I think the next thing I will do is get the asparagus going. And just a quick word, we've cooked asparagus like the last 4 nights just because, like I said, it's in season, it's delicious, and it's not gonna be in season for much longer. If you do get local asparagus, it's not gonna look like the stuff you get at the grocery store where it's all the same height and it's all the same thickness. It's all gonna be pretty different level thickness and height, as you can see. And so what I like to do is separate them because these fat guys are gonna take a lot longer to cook than these thinner ones. And so you don't want to have these undercooked because these cooked too fast, and you don't want these mushy. So I'm gonna cook them in phases. And so what I'm gonna do is separate all the fatter ones over here, and then kind of taper it down. I know this seems like an extra step and you're like, oh, I don't want to think about this, but it's actually kind of fun. If you have kids, you know, it's a task for them. So I think, you know, it's not too labor intensive. It's an important step, I think, that's going to make your meal that much better. And then of course, same thing, we're gonna take off about 1 inch of the end here, just because it is going to be pretty woody and fibrous, difficult to chew. We don't want that. Okay, and then I think I'm going to just cut them into about 1 inch pieces. Do you like asparagus? Or even better, my favorite question about asparagus is, can you smell if you have eaten asparagus when you urinate? Like an hour after you've eaten asparagus, because only some people have the gene that allows them to smell your asparagus pee. Some people can't smell it. Are you one of those people? All right, and I'm gonna just leave these guys in their own little piles so that I know who gets thrown in the pan first. I try not to cut through the spear because then little pieces go everywhere. Wonderful. Okay. I love asparagus. Asparagus is great. Love asparagus. Yes, it's delicious. It's probably one of my favorite spring vegetables. Okay, let's go ahead and get this pan heated up. And we'll drizzle. You know what I did last night that was delicious? And I think I'm gonna do it again tonight. Olive oil and butter, lemon juice, and garlic. We're doing that again tonight because it was so delicious. Okay, so I don't know, about a tablespoon of olive oil, a little bit of butter here. Anybody have a favorite brand of butter? We love the Kerrygold. And do about, I don't know what you would call that, maybe 2 tablespoons, a tablespoon and a half of butter. Hey, Josh Thomas, thanks for joining. I hope you're doing well. If this is the first time you caught the show, I cook live every Wednesday at 6 p.m. and tonight we're making a feast of a roasted vegetable salad, beets, goat cheese, asparagus, and most of it, or a lot of it, is locally sourced. Good things. All good things happening here. Okay, and then as I mentioned, we're gonna do a lemon, either a whole lemon or half a lemon. I'm gonna start with half a lemon in that pan once I get the asparagus in there and taste it. If it's too lemony, if I want more lemon, then I can add more. Lindsay, I'm pretty happy to be back west where I can get Tillamook dairy products. Yes. I don't see a lot of Tillamook around here. I've seen it in one store, and I think it was cheese. It was like a big block of cheese. But we really don't have that much here. Okay, so we've got this olive oil and butter melting together. Y'all know that I don't cook a lot with butter, but every now and then it's nice to have. Just adds another element. Okay, so we're throwing in the big guys first. So the big pieces of asparagus. Again, they need a little bit longer to cook. A little bit of salt, as always, and pepper. Basic flavors just to pull the natural deliciousness out of the vegetables. Nate, can you get local butter anywhere? I think that Sous Chef has local butter. I can't remember exactly what dairy farm it is, but I'm pretty sure they have it. We can ask later. You know what? I wonder if I can tag them in here right now and see if Sous Chef, do you have local butter? Let's see. Kilgus Farms? I don't know anything about Kilgus Farms. Are they a dairy farm? It smells so good. Delicious. All right, what can we do now? Let's see. What I can do is go ahead and drain the beans. So cannellini beans it is tonight. I'm gonna do both cans. It's a nice plant-based protein. It's gonna give this salad a little bit more staying power. Like I said, this is gonna introduce protein and some more carbohydrates, some sustainable carbohydrates, which are going to prevent you from feeling hungry an hour later after eating a salad. You might be familiar with that feeling if you ate a salad that wasn't very filling, satisfying, or nutrient dense. So a lot of times if you're feeling hungry an hour after you've eaten a meal, think back and ask yourself, did I have much protein and fiber in that meal? And if not, chances are that's probably why. So bump the protein and fiber up a little bit more and you can stay fuller longer after your meal. Yeah, they're sort of local. Well, I know that Sous Chef will source up to, I think it's up to 75 miles from Peoria. So they likely have that product there. I will ask them, or I will check it out myself when I go there next. What do you think about beans on salad? Do you even like beans? Love beans, hate beans? I love them. I love them. Some people don't like them because they make them gassy, which is normal somewhat. If it's painful gas, that's not normal. And you should probably stay away from beans because your body can't handle it. However, if it's just a little bit of gas, not a problem. Your body will get used to it. So the more that you eat them a little bit more frequently throughout the week, you won't experience the gas as much. Just give them a quick rinse here. I'm gonna let them drain until I need them. All right. Any beans would work on this too. Kidney beans, black beans would be good. Diane's liking the beans. Yeah, she's like, please, no more eggs. Give me something different. Oh, this smells so delicious. I'm gonna squeeze 1/2 of my lemon on these guys and just let that create its sauce. So right now we've got olive oil, butter, and lemon in here. It's gonna create a nice sauce. Adding a little bit of white wine to this would also be really good. We don't have any, which is why I'm not adding it, but a chicken stock or a white wine would go really, really well there. Okay, I'm gonna throw in the second batch of asparagus. So these guys are a little bit smaller. Won't need as much time to cook. We've given the bigger ones a head start. Looks good. I wonder what these beets, oh yes, the beets look delicious. All right, how about these chives? So I think what I'll do is cut off the flowers because they are edible. You saw me eat one earlier. And I want to use them on top of my salad. So I'm just gonna put these guys aside. I'm not normally one to eat edible flowers, but when I do, they're from Sous Chef. All right. You know what? I don't think anybody knows tonight that I'm cooking. I'm going to put flowers in their dish. They're going to be like, what is this? I've got flowers in my dish. They'll eat them. Nate's saying those are really cool. Aren't they? Love them. It's kind of nice to just like keep around in a jar in your house just to have like some flowers, and then whenever you want some chives, you got some chives. I didn't know they flowered. What else could we do with these? Anybody else have experience with edible flowers? What should we do with these two? Should I maybe throw them in with the asparagus or just keep them raw on top of the beets? What do you guys think? Lindsay, I might give you the side eye if you fed me a flower without a heads up. But you're right, I'd totally try it. The old side eye. That's kind of what I'm expecting to happen tonight. Although I think someone else is in here and they're probably hearing me go on about this right now. So for them, it won't be a surprise. But for the other two, it will be a surprise. Okay, I've got 1 vote for raw. Lindsay, throw them in with the asparagus. Nate as a garnish. Okay, that's 2 for raw, 1 for asparagus. Anyone else? We need a tiebreaker or a... And, oh. It looked like something just popped up, but I didn't see it now. Okay. Give it a little more time for the votes to roll in. Let's check this asparagus. I think we can probably add our other guys now. And if at any point you see that there are burnt crisps on the bottom, or you feel like your sauce is kind of dissipating or the food is absorbing a lot of it and you're losing liquid, you could add a little bit of water or add a little bit more, any kind of liquid. So water, lemon juice, stock, or white wine. I'm gonna add a touch of water, and then I might add a little bit of lemon juice too. Ooh, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna throw the other asparagus bits in, and then we'll be good to go. And I'll pull the beets out. We can get those going. Wonderful. Ah, it smells amazing. Hey, Sandy. Good to see ya. Okay, Diane. Okay, half and half. I like it. I thought about that, but I was gonna let someone else suggest it. Janet, ditto with the asparagus. Okay, let's do half and half. So I'll throw in a little bit right now. We'll throw the bigger guys in. Woo. Oh yeah, and these guys are pretty potent. So it might be good to cook some of them. Otherwise, everyone's gonna have onion breath for like 2 days. Does that ever happen to you? I had some onion last night on the salad that I made. It was a little bit of shaved onion. And I swear, I brushed my teeth last night and this morning, and I still could like taste it in my mouth. Sometimes it just, you can't get rid of it. Ooh, yes. Look at these beets. Oh my goodness. Ooh, yeah. I like them with a little bit of bite left in them. I don't like them super, super soft. So these guys are good. Calling these guys done. Asparagus is almost done, so we can go ahead and start building our plate. Yes, long time. Long time no see. Oh, I've already got a plate. All right. I'm gonna scoot this forward a little bit. Okay, let me get some of their salad mix in here. We also have feta cheese. What do we think? Feta cheese or goat cheese? My vote's for goat cheese. Just curious to see what everyone else thinks. Because feta also goes really well with the beets. Yes, Sandy, I will see you this summer. I know, I said that I was coming up last weekend, which was when you guys were there, and I just, I don't know what happened. I think I put the wrong date in my calendar, so we're coming up this weekend instead. So if you want to come over, see us. We'll be there. Goat all the way. Look at that. Goat. Okay, I'm gonna get the beans on here first. Looks good. Come over and put some nice, yes. Goat and beets. Nate likes goat and beets. Oh, this asparagus. Delightful. Okay. Beets. So for those of you who are new to the show, which I don't think there's many of you, but you might not know that I am a registered dietitian with a private practice, and I do accept insurance. So I accept Blue Cross Blue Shield and United Healthcare. And if you or someone you know that has that insurance type and is wanting to meet with a dietitian here in Peoria, Illinois, I would be happy to meet with you. I just got some new office space at the old Greeley School that they are turning into a community arts center. It's going to be wonderful. So that's where I am locally. So send me a message, give me a call, or email me and set up a time and we can chat. Most Blue Cross Blue Shield plans cover seeing a dietitian 100%. So you don't have to pay any out-of-pocket fees or any co-pays or anything like that. So we can do an eligibility check beforehand just to double check that all of that is good. Okay, put these beets on. I want to eat one right now, but I know they're very hot. Ooh. Okay. Cinnamon was a good idea. Oh, we're doing apples too. I'm gonna throw an apple in here. The cinnamon was a lovely idea. Beets have a little bit of sweetness to them, and the cinnamon almost enhances that. Really good, you should try it. Oh my goodness. The other wonderful benefit to eating locally is that your food has more nutrition in it. When we think about where most of our food comes from, if you shop at a supermarket, and I actually just wrote an article on this today. For example, if you get your spinach from the supermarket, it typically comes from California. California is one of the largest growers of spinach in the United States. And so that spinach has to travel roughly 1,500, 2,000 miles to get here. And that takes anywhere from 5 to 8 days when you consider the entire process between farm to plate. So from harvesting to washing and doing any other processing that needs to be done, packing it up, trucking it over, distributing it from a major distribution center and to the actual grocery store. And then it sits on the shelves before someone buys it. And then you finally buy it and you take it home, and maybe it sits in your refrigerator for a couple more days. So when it's all said and done, that food has spent anywhere from 5 to 10 or even upwards of 13 days traveling and getting to your plate or getting into you. And one study found that spinach lost 47% of its folate after 8 days post-harvest. So you can see, once you get that spinach from the grocery store and you finally eat it, half of the nutrients are diminished, because once you pick something from the plant, nutrient content diminishes greatly. So eating locally means that your food doesn't have to travel as far from farm to plate, and you're able to eat it soon after it's been harvested, which means you get to eat it at its peak flavor and its peak nutrition content. So always a good move to eat locally if you can. There's farmers markets, there's Sous Chef and other grocery stores that have locally grown produce. You could take part in a CSA. So lots of good benefits and options out there. Okay, got this. Let's sprinkle on a little of our chives here. I'm gonna do the goat cheese. What? I don't know, apple. Something tells me I want to put an apple on it, but now that I'm looking at it, I'm not so sure. Would you put an apple on it? Would you put an apple on it? A little bit of goat cheese here. Oh, we're gonna need a little bit more goat cheese than that. It's always hard to gauge how much goat cheese to cut off of the log, because once you cut it off, you don't ever want to go back in and get more because your hands are already messy. You gotta get goat cheese all over the end of your knife and it just becomes a mess. Yum. Oh. No room for the apple. Okay, yes, for the apple. Apple slices as a garnish. Not much room for the apple. I like the garnish idea though. And that makes me want to just slice it really thin and place it on top. Oh, and then top it with some flowers. See, this is the fun part. Plating is the fun part for me. I love it. If I worked in a restaurant, I would want to just plate. That would be my job. Someone else can cook it, but let me plate it. It's fun. Well, got goat cheese all over my knife. We could do like thin slices here. Could use a mandolin for this. But I'm confident in my knife skills that I can get some paper thin slices here. My knife could use a sharpening. That would help. Oh, goodness. Y'all, this is going to be so good. Okay. We'll fan it out. We're getting fancy tonight. A little apple garnish. Place that right on top. Oh my. A little flour. I can't even. Y'all, this is just, yes. Sandy, but it's so creamy and good. I know, it is. Beautiful. Look how pretty. You can see the flowers. Hopefully. Let me give you just a quick top down. It's wonderful. I feel like it's missing something. Maybe like dressing? The thing about roasted vegetable salads is a lot of the time you can just go with the lemon, olive oil, the butter that's already been put on the vegetables, and that can act as a dressing itself. But we can always add just a little bit of basic oil and maybe a little balsamic vinegar. I think that would be good with this. I think that goes really well with the beets. Sandy is asking what type of flowers. They came from chives. So they came on the top of these chives that we're growing here locally. Okay, we'll do just a little bit of olive oil here. And a little bit of balsamic, which I'll throw on in a second, but you know that I want to take a picture of this before I douse it in balsamic, so I'm gonna wait to do that. But the asparagus, it's delicious. And the beets, of course, are amazing. Wonderful. So, I feel like I did pretty well. Not really knowing what I was going to eat for dinner tonight, but I did stop by Sous Chef on the way home, and we had a couple of things here. It always helps to have some staples on hand at all times so that you can make meals like this come together quickly. And so some of the staples that we always keep around are olive oil and vinegar. We always have fruit around, we always have canned beans, and we always have some kind of cheese. And we typically always have some kind of green. And so that just kind of hits different areas of your kitchen, right? So your produce or some kind of refrigerated item, some kind of dairy or cheese. We just really love cheese here. Dry staples, so nuts or seeds, which pistachios would be really good on top of this. And, the beans, like I said, really quick and easy plant-based protein. Now that I say that, I'm gonna grab a few pistachios here because they're green and they will look really, really nice on top. And they're gonna add a little bit of texture difference, so some crunch and some extra protein, healthy fat. Again, protein, fat, and fiber helps us feel satisfied. So any chance you can add those in. And nuts have all three: protein, healthy fat, and fiber. Okay, that's exactly what it needed. Yeah. Beautiful. Okay. I'm done now, I swear. Looks good. Wonderful. Okay, well, thank y'all for joining me and cooking with me and helping me put this together, because you did. You helped me figure out what ingredients I was going to use. There's always, always a debacle. Should I use this or this? So thanks. And let me know what you're up to. Let me know what you're cooking. Share your photos with us on our Facebook page. We love to see what you're cooking. Yes, Janet loves pistachio garnish. Lindsay, I picked up a passion fruit white balsamic at TJ Maxx this week. Interesting. Does it have a very strong passion fruit flavor? That sounds really good. And to find it at TJ Maxx, how interesting. Ta-da! Yes. All right. Thanks, guys. And I'll be back here next Wednesday. Maybe I'll have an idea of what I'm making next week. Maybe not. I don't know. Did you like this? Was this more fun? Or do you prefer to know what I'm cooking ahead of time? Let me know in a comment below. I'd love to hear from you. You can help guide how Cook With Me TV works. All right. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see you all next week.